Hi, everybody. This is Pastor Susan, and welcome to another day of devotions as we are looking this week on the okay, now what part of living the Christian life. We've talked about leaving behind the past. We've talked about yesterday come and see and sharing our faith with others. Today we're going to talk about our prayer life. Our prayer life, because, this is the way. One of the important ways that we come to know God and share who we are and what we're going through with our God through Jesus Christ. And so I would like to just share with you what Jesus taught his disciples about prayer. And I'm going to be reading today from Matthew chapter 6, 5 through 13. This comes from the famous Sermon on the Mount. And Jesus says these words about prayer. And whenever you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, because they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners so that they may be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward. But whenever you pray, go to your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. When you are praying, do not heap up empty phrases as the Gentiles do, for they think that they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you ask. Pray then in this way. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And do not bring us to the time of trial, but rescue us from the evil one. Yes, perhaps one of the best ways that you and I can grow in our faith and in our walk with Jesus is through prayer, because it's a powerful tool by which we can have access at all times. It doesn't have to be in a certain time or place. It can happen periodically during the day. It can happen in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day before you go to sleep. It can be at noontime. It can be whenever one of the reasons I love to have a blessing is because it's a reminder to us at meal times that remembering the earth from which and the food from which we eat comes as a gift from God. All of life comes as a gift of God. But prayer is also about conversation. It is a dialogue between two parties. Sometimes, unfortunately, we think that we have to say all the words ourselves. But really, prayer is also listening. We've talked about this many times, the importance of being still and knowing that God is God, and that is prayer too. Today I want to, maybe introduce to you an acronym you may have heard before. It's based on the word pray. Pray, and the words that go with that, P is for pause. Stop just for a minute. Be still. Pause. Enter into a time when you can focus on your relationship with God. R is for reflect. Reflect on what's going on in your life. What is on your heart? What troubles are you dealing with? What struggles are you dealing with? What opportunities are before you? Reflect on those and offer them to God. And then A is for ask. We ask for a lot for other people. Sometimes asking is for ourselves. And I ask for a lot for others, and also ask for a lot for myself, because I know that God is God and I am not, and that I need all the help I can get to live this life faithfully to God. So pause, reflect, ask, and Y is for yield. Yield. Stop trying to take control of everything. Yield your life to God. And know that as you pray and we do that God is at work. Even when you don't see the answer right away. That's where faith comes in. As we yield and as we leave the control to God, God will take where we are, who we are, our opportunities, our faults, our failures, our challenges, and will shape and mold us more and more into God's image, into the image of Christ Jesus, who lived his life in sacrifice and surrender to the very will of God. If you can't pray another prayer today, pray the Lord's Prayer. Let's say it together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.